Hello. Start typing the cities also from which you are, your city names. We're just getting started. Had a lovely weekend with the children. Great, great, great. We're just waiting for a few more people to join in before we start. Okay. So, welcome to the Parenting Shastra family. Welcome to Parenting Sadhana Live. I'm so glad that you take out this time for being here and being a great parent, because you could be doing anything at this point in time. You could be watching TV or relaxing or doing your own thing, but you choose to be here every day. So I'm so thankful to you for being a great parent and taking this forward every day. Thank you so much. So today I'm going to talk about how to make our children independent and responsible. We all want that, right? But do you want to know that golden age when we can start doing this? Of course, at every age, you can give different responsibilities to children, right? But there's a golden age when we can really invest in our children so that they become more responsible and independent. So type in the chat box responsible. I want to know. IWK, I want to know that golden age. So that golden age is 7 to 12 years. See, because before 7 to 12, it's typically they are too young for us to give them instructions and for them to carry out things. They can manage their own things, but maybe helping others, they can do a little bit of things. But 7 to 12 is when they can really help in so many things. So I'll give you 10 simple activities that we can start with, and we can take up any two activities from them and start with them and then move ahead. Okay. So before that, you can also start typing in the chat box, whoever is on the Zoom right now, what all activities you are asking children to do, what all things you are asking them to do on a daily basis or sometimes on the weekends. What are the activities where children are helping you out? And also, how many of you are making it a point to actually involve children in whatever you're doing? Type me in the chat box if you're deliberately asking children to help you, even if you know that, my thing will get a little slowed down because children will do it slowly, but still you are taking that effort or that pain at times to involve them in tasks. Okay. Varsha is saying that it is, they want to, she wants to, but she is not able to because of lack of time. Yeah, so Varsha, that is what we sometimes really, want to rush into things, whereas children, they cannot really do it at our speed. So in a hurry, we leave on this part where we can handhold them, or we can be a little patient for them to do it independently. So that's why I have come up with those 10 activities where we can ask children to do things on their own and we can handhold them. But the idea is that they should ultimately be able to do things independently, just small few things. Okay. So a lot of people are typing in what all small things they help in, but typically it's organizing their own stuff. But what are the household activities where they could help? So, for example, making the bed, right? So, every morning before going to school, I know it's very difficult. So, what you can do is you can start with this activity for weekends. See, making own bed is a very, very important activity. And of course, if we are trying to do it before going to school, like many people are saying that we tried, but it did not sustain, we could not carry on with it. So instead of trying it for every day, start with weekends. Start small, but start. On weekends, you can always say that when you get up, let that be your first chore. And you can just remind them politely. And these reminders will go on, it will not just be like one weekend you have told and then they'll remember. You'll have to put it into their practice mode. Okay. So making their own bed. And if your kids are already doing this on a regular basis, type yes in the chat box. How many parents have kids who are making their own bed right now? Nobody, not a single yes. Please type in quickly. Yes, we are so many participants now here. Anybody whose children are making partially? What do you mean by partially, Arunima? Okay, next activity. Pack their own school bag the night before. Okay, it is something that it should get into their habit. Without a reminder, they should be able to pack their own school bag, and that should be a night prior. It should not happen in the morning for sure, and it should not happen when you remind them to. So whatever things they are doing on their own now, or with your help, you can slowly let them do it on their own. Maybe in the beginning you could just check if it's packed properly or not, but now is the age when you can leave it up to them to do it. Okay, so this I'm sure some children are already doing on their own, right? Type bag. If your child can do this without your reminding, type bag. Yes. Third, help you set the dinner table. Plates, spoons, bowls, whatever. Everything children can do. But for this, it's very important that we ourselves also in the kitchen, okay? If the cook or someone else, a maid or house help is doing stuff in the kitchen and we are asking children to go and do it, that will not work out. Just if you are taking help from someone for this, then you can, at least for those 10 minutes when you're asking child also to help, you could also be around, right? So type table if this is something that you think you can easily start today. This is something very easy to start, just laying the table, just some plates, some spoons, some bowls, a glass, water, right? Activity number 4, water the plants. So how many of you really actually have what plants at your home? Because if you don't have plants, then of course you'll not be able to water. How many of you have plants at home? Type T for plants. Very few. Okay, so I would suggest that go ahead and get some plants for your children. That is very, very important for their growth. And in fact, let's have our tomorrow's live on why we should have plants in our home. If we have children, why plants are also so important. Like the way we have pets these days, plants is much easier than having pets, right? How many of you have pets, by the way? Type P if you have pets. Okay, for plants, we did not get too many P's. For pets, do we get P's? Let's just try that out. Yes, we have quite a few people with pets. So plants are much easier, right? So let's have a tomorrow's live on plants. And if you have any other suggestions, of course, you can share that with me. Activity number 5, put away their laundry on their own. Whatever clothes have to be washed, show them a space that this is a place where you have to keep the clothes which have to be washed. They should be able to keep it in that basket or that shelf or the drawer, whatever you assign, on at the time of changing. Whenever they're changing, they should not just leave their clothes where they are. They should be able to decide that, okay, these have to be washed, so let me put them at this place. Okay. Number 6, of course, making a simple snack. It could be a simple bread butter kind of a thing, but just using the knife, or it could be, mixing some salad. If you have made a salad, just decorating it. Okay. So anything that is to do with being present in the kitchen and just seeing the activity that's happening in the kitchen. Kitchen is a place where children learn so much. So we will do one live on kitchen also. Why is spending time in kitchen really, really important for children? But you could just start with this small thing. Number 7 is, of course, taking care of the pet. It could be feeding the pet. It could be, of course, they are no, maybe not big enough to take them for a walk, but it could be just feeding the pet, right? Number 8, organizing their study desk. So, of course, they keep it clean every day, but many children would not be doing that. So, you have to basically explain them how to do it. For example, if there are too many books being stacked at different places and they're in a hurry, then you could just tell them, show them some simple hacks as to how to bring everything together and stack on top of each other, or how to organize them height wise, or what should be the way it should be kept. Sometimes, children keep the book other way around so that you cannot read the title. So how it has to be stacked, you can start showing them, and you could keep a Sunday for reorganizing the study desk, because on a daily basis a different thing and weekly basis a different thing. So this is something very, very simple, and already so many people would be doing this, right? I'm very sure, because so many of you said that. So type desk if you're already doing this. Type desk. Right, great. Activity number 9. Start giving them a pocket money which they can use. Don't think that, oh, बच्चे ने मांगी नहीं तो हम क्यों दें. 7 years old child is big enough to have some pocket money which they can decide that, okay, let me save it. Because you're not just giving them to spend it. You can always, give a small nudge that if you're saving, and if you have saved, say for example, you're giving 50 rupees per month, and you're saying that if by the end of 6 months you have 50 into 5, 250. So maybe 1 month you spend 250 rupees by the end, then I would give you a bonus pocket money of 1 month. And see if your child is into that delayed gratification thing. If he can keep saving for 5 months to be able to have that extra bonus money also. So this is not just teaching them math skills, the real application, but also helping them delay their gratification and save money for something bigger, right? Putting the right value by doing some very, very simple activity, right? Activity number 10, plan a family evening once a month, right? It could be like what activity they're going to do, they have to decide, or what games are they going to play, or anything that would be fun for the family to do together. So that will also give you a chance to connect with the child in the way he or she wants to connect with you. It could be a musical evening, it could be a dance evening. So tell them that Mummy, Papa will do what you want us to do. You have to plan that fun. Doesn't that sound fun? So type fun if you would love to try this. Type fun. Children are small right now, but don't think that they cannot yet handle responsibility. They can. And it's up to us to take them to that level where they can start handling responsibilities. So just pick up any 2 activities from today's list and start them tonight. Okay? And share it with a parent who also would be interested, would gain some benefit out of this, right? So tomorrow, we are going to discuss about the importance of plans for children. Why should we have plans in our home if we have young children? Great. So I would take your leave now, and let's keep connecting every day, and let's keep rocking.